I'm in the last book of my set that I have. This is volume 10, and I am at part 4, story 6. God makes His own. Let me make sure this um, canvas is not going to hit a button. Okay. Have you ever divided a bag of candy among a group of friends? If so, as you pass the pieces around, and suppose you said one for you, and one for you, and one for you, and one for me. And then, what did you do? I will guess that you picked up another piece and put a mark on each so that you will know yours from the others. In the 7th chapter of the book of Revelation, John tells us that God is going to do the same marking too. Just before Jesus returns in glory, He will send a mighty angel all around the world and seal the servants of God in their foreheads. Of course, this doesn't mean that He is going to put a mark like a tattoo on everybody's head. That would mean that that would mean a that would mean a thing. Rather, He is going to do something in the minds and the hearts of men and women, boys and girls, that will be seen in the holy joy of their faces and in the goodness of their lives. But by these everybody will know that they belong to God, and God will know it too. Okay? As to how this sealing is going to be done, nothing is said here. But Paul made it clear to the Ephesians that when he said they were sealed with the Holy Spirit of promise. Ephesians 1:13. Chapter 1, verse 13, American Version, RAV. This is how God marks His own. Just as the Holy Spirit leads people to be born again, so He brings them step by step to perfect oneness with Him. Can anyone know what he is sealed? Can anyone know when he is sealed? The only way to be sure is to give yourself entirely to God, praying for strength day by day to live in full obedience to His will. This means that you will ever try to live the pure, clean, beautiful life that you know He wants you to live. It means that you will seek to keep His commandments, all 10 of them. It means that you will put no other gods above Him. You will never bow down to an idol of any kind. You will never take His name in vain. You will keep His true Sabbath as a holy day. You will honor your father and your mother. You will never kill or commit adultery or steal or lie or covet your neighbor's goods. In other words, you will love the Lord your God with all your heart and mind and soul and strength, and your neighbor as yourself. This means that your heart will be filled to overflowing with with the love of God. Thus, in the very last days of earth history, when God searches among all nations for his remnant people, he will look for those who is so full of his love that they have become the perfect reflection of himself. Not only to do they keep not only to do they keep the commandments of God and faith of Jesus. Ooh, confusing. But their lives have become beautiful with love of God and men. I'm sorry, I read bad. Okay. To those, to these, God will say, "You are mine, and you, and you, and you. They shall be mine," he says, in that day when I make up my special treasure. Malachi chapter 3, verse 13. Uh, A, AV, American Version, and it says margin. So it's in the little, some people write notes in the margin of the pages. That's what margin means. And it also can be down at the, like a footnote in the, if you have a Bible. Okay, or yeah. All right, let me get back. Well, will you be among the happy company? Will you let God's mark you as one of His own? Will you let Him seal you for His kingdom? And this really looks like a watercolor to me. So, and it's a Herbert Rudin, and it's a 2-pager. It's got an invisible hand here, and it looks like the city is got smoke, and you got a line of children getting a crown by his representation of Jesus. I'm just describing it. And here's what it looks like. And today I decided to put the grid on, the golden mean grid, and so it's kind of throwing me off. This is the illustration to the story. Give you a couple more seconds. I'll even get it close. See, there's the city. Looks like it's got smoke coming out, and then you see a long trail. And there's the invisible hand. And it goes down, and then got a little boy getting crowned, and the girl's like, "Yes." Okay. And guess what? That was the end of part 4, story 6. So I'm going to break, and I'll see you in just a bit.